All right, everybody, welcome back for another episode of the Bourbon Life Postcast. I'm your host, Mark, and with me, as always, is my good friend, my buddy, my pal, Matt. Matt, how you doing tonight?
Hey, Mark, I'm doing great, and we hope everybody out there, you are doing great as well. This is probably our fourth or fifth start of this take of the
We're having a rough time tonight.
We're having a good time tonight.
Good time.
But we're doing great. We're glad to be back for another episode of the Bourbon Life Postcast.
Yes.
And we are bringing you this one the same way we ended season one.
That's right. Yeah, I'm glad you pointed that out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Tennessee whiskey.
Tennessee.
We finished out last season with Fawn Weaver at Uncle Nearest, and our first show with a guest this year is McCauley Williams with BR Distilling in Memphis, Tennessee. So Matt, you want to tell everybody what we drank tonight?
Yeah, McCauley was nice enough to give us a couple of bottles, and we started with the Blue Note Juke Joint Whiskey.
Jute or Juke?
Juke. Thank you. Yeah, we are. I'm having a
Do you notice how much has gone from these bottles? Anyway, but
the Juke Joint Whiskey.
Juke Joint Whiskey.
Yep.
And it's a bourbon.
It is. It is technically a Kentucky bourbon.
Yes.
Out of Tennessee. And then we also had the Riverset Straight Rye Whiskey.
Yes. So we don't want to give it away.
No.
we may have already given it away.
Did
we had a good time with McCauley. I didn't know, honestly, Matt, I didn't know that much about BR Distilling. Mm-hmm. They had sent us some stuff probably a year and a half it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And we had tasted it and we kind of had mixed feelings on it. But they sent us this new stuff. They kind of rebranded things. But we had a great time with McCauley. Good guy, man. Like me, I'm still an attorney. He's a former attorney. It's like I can't say like me, he's a former attorney, but he's a former attorney that started this really a passion project, right? Seriously, no better way to say it. But I don't want to give it away.
No, we don't want to. We never want to give it away because we want you to tune in so that we can give it away when you tune into the podcast.
There you go. You got to tune into the podcast.
But I think we were both impressed with the story, especially. Yes. I think Mark alluded to the fact that we didn't know a whole lot about BR Distilling or McCauley and his team there. And it's always fun to do these podcasts where we know so little about what we're getting into and just the rabbit holes and the stories that we can hear. And this is definitely a company that has a great story behind it. And I think, you'll have to listen.
You have to find out. That's right. You have to listen Friday when it comes out. I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised with everything, as I think Matt and I both were. But we're not going to spoil it with regard to the whiskey. So you have to listen. And I keep shaking the table and shaking the whiskey. So anyway, you guys have to listen to the podcast on Friday and check it out. And we appreciate your support, obviously. Matt, anything else to say before we wrap up this postcast?
Like Mark said, we really appreciate the support. And if you are enjoying the postcast and not a subscriber of the podcast, we'd love it if you would go ahead and subscribe on your favorite podcast listening medium. So we're on Amazon, iTunes, Google Play.
We're like worldwide, man.
We are.
We have listeners in the Czech Republic. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Russia, the United. Yeah, man.
Wow. Nostravi, right? Is that
whatever.
Russian for cheers, or
something like that.
Something like that.
All over the world, man.
Prost.
It's great. Yes.
Something like that. Anyway, before I just
go down the rabbit hole.
I'm done.
Yeah. No, we appreciate you guys checking us out, and hope you have a great week. And we will see you right back here again next week with season 2, episode 3.
Holy smokes!
I know, crazy, of the Bourbon Life Postcast.